Hello everyone, welcome to Keats Auto and Truck Repair. Today we have a 2011 Ford Fiesta with a 1.8 liter engine. I believe this is a 1.8. Customer's complaint on this vehicle is the check engine light remains on the dash while the engine is running. The owner of this vehicle is one of our subscribers here on our YouTube channel. He brought his vehicle to us so we can fix it for him. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the vehicle so we can confirm the customer's complaint. And after that, we're gonna get the scan tool to the vehicle to see what codes we have. Behind the camera, we have our famous cameraman, Matt. Matt, thanks for being here. So now let's go in the vehicle so we can get the customer's complaint confirmed. We are in the vehicle. Now I'm going to start the engine so we can confirm the customer's complaint. This vehicle has 133,000 miles, 521. So I hope you can hear the engine running. Engine is running and the check engine light remains on the dash. I'm gonna show you the check engine light on the dash. So right there, that's the check engine light on the dash. So customer's complaint confirmed. I'm gonna turn off the engine. I'm gonna turn the key on. I have my scan tool dongle connected to the vehicle. So let's see what codes we have. Let's scan the engine computer. So this is a Ford. Let's auto ID the vehicle. The key is on the dash. Right there, the scan tool has identified the vehicle. Actually, this vehicle has a 1.6 liter engine, not a 1.8, so I was wrong. And this vehicle only has 84,000 miles. So let's do a code scan. Let's see what codes we have in the engine computer. So right there, right off the bat, we have two trouble codes in the engine computer. First code is 0851-00. It says park/neutral switch input circuit low. No current DTC. So it looks like that DTC, the first DTC, is not current right now. And that can, sometimes this code can be caused by a weak battery. And then second code is a classic code that most of us are familiar with, P0420, catalytic system efficiency below threshold, bank 1. Let's see, we have some codes over here. Yeah, so battery voltage low. So since we have some battery voltage low codes, I'm going to ignore the first code. We're gonna focus on the second code that we have in the engine computer. Because if the battery was low at some point, it's gonna cause this first code to be set in the engine computer. And then on the generic side of the tool, we only have one code, the P0420. So it looks like this is very self-explanatory. P0420 code is usually caused by a bad catalytic converter or a bad O2 sensor. So now let's go into the engine computer. This should be quick and easy. Let's look at the codes once again in the engine computer. Pending codes. Okay, we only have that one P0420 as a pending code in the engine computer. So now let's go to data display. First thing I want to look at is I want to look at my fuel trim numbers. I want to make sure that this engine is running well. Okay, let's make sure that the engine is not running rich or running lean, because if you have an engine that's running rich or lean, that can cause the catalytic converter to go bad. So we're gonna look at those numbers first, and then we're gonna look at our O2 sensor data PIDs. If our O2 sensors are good, then we're gonna recommend changing the catalytic converter. So I'm gonna grab my first and second O2 sensor data PID, short and long-term data PID, short and long-term fuel trim, engine speed, system. Okay, so now I'm gonna start the engine. So as you can hear, the engine is running. We are in open loop right now. Let me rev up the engine a little bit. It's taking a little while to go into closed loop. Oh, right there. We went into closed loop. That's good. Short-term fuel trim is going between 6 and 1.2. Long-term is 0.0. So right now total trim is about, it's fluctuating. I'm gonna graph our O2 sensors. Second O2 sensor is a straight line. It's stuck at 0.4, and then first O2 sensor is fluctuating like it's supposed to, so that's good. The first O2 sensor is working. Okay, so now the question is, based on the fuel trim numbers that we have, this tells me that the engine is running well. We don't have a lean condition, or we don't have a lean condition, and we also don't have a rich condition in the engine. The engine is running good. So now I'm going to test the O2 sensors, because if you have a bad O2 sensor after the CAT, especially the post-CAT O2 sensor, that can send a skewed signal to the engine computer, and the engine computer is going to throw a catalytic converter code while the issue is just the sensor. So I'm going to do that by pumping the brake pedal. Since the brake booster is vacuum operated on this vehicle, I'm going to pump the brakes. While I'm pumping the brakes, I'm going to introduce more air in the intake manifold, which will cause the engine to run lean. As the engine runs lean, these O2 sensors should react to that. First things first, I'm going to accelerate. Let's see if we can drive these O2 sensors rich. I'm going to let off. You see how our O2 sensors went rich? So this is good. This tells me that the O2 sensors can respond to the oxygen content in the exhaust system. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump the brake pedal. So I'm going to drive these O2 sensors lean. Watch this. Watch our short-term fuel trim numbers go up. That's good. So the computer is seeing the excess air in the system. So I'm going to let off. Now our sensors should peg rich, both of them. Yeah, we're good. We have good O2 sensors. The O2 sensors are responding to the oxygen content, change in the exhaust stream. So this is pretty easy peasy. At this point we are done. Based on the numbers I see on the scan tool, I feel comfortable condemning the catalytic converter. This might have a aftermarket catalytic converter in it. So I'm going to leave the engine running. Let's go under the hood and maybe under the vehicle too to check the catalytic converter. If it's an aftermarket one, I'm going to recommend it, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, this needs a CAT. Yeah, O2 sensors are good. The engine is running good. Right now our total trim is below plus or minus 10%. So we're good to go. All right, so now let's go under the hood. All right, we are here. The engine is running. This engine sounds pretty good. I'm gonna look around. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned this, the owner of this vehicle is pretty mechanically inclined. He fixes his vehicle himself. He replaced the O2 sensor. I don't know if Matt is gonna see this. You see this connector here? This O2 sensor was changed. I hope you can see. It looks new. And we saw on the scan tool, on the scan data, the first O2 sensor and the second O2 sensor was fine. I don't know if you can see down there. You probably won't be able to see. But just take my word for it if Matt cannot see it. You see it? Yeah, this O2 sensor is new. And even the second one is new too. The second one down there, do you see that one? It has the orange wire wrapped around it. See that one over there? Yeah, that one looks new too. So both O2 sensors were changed. So let me lift up the vehicle. All right, so the vehicle is up in the air. We're down here. Oh, look at that, Matt. This over here is a catalytic converter, and as you can see, this is an aftermarket catalytic converter. Although the sensors look new, but this is bad. So I'm gonna use my thermometer. Let's take a temperature measurement of the inlet of the CAT. Okay, so the temperature, the inlet has a temperature of about 380, 386. Now let's measure the outlet. So the outlet should be hotter than the inlet. Look at that. Actually, in this case, the inlet is hotter than the outlet. On a good working catalytic converter, the outlet should be about 100 degrees hotter than the inlet. Yeah, look at that. So this catalytic converter has failed the temperature test. Now let's look down here. It looks like this was changed not too long ago. Look. See that? The new gasket here. Look at this flex tube. This little flex pipe there doesn't look old. Now while we're down here, let's go around the exhaust system. Let's check this out while we're here. The rest of the exhaust system is good. Yeah. So someone installed an aftermarket catalytic converter on this and it's not working. So yeah, this needs a OEM catalytic converter. And after they change the catalytic converter, this will be good. So I'm gonna lower the vehicle, that's it. Again, this guy is a subscriber of ours. He fixes his car himself. He wanted me to figure out why the check engine light kept coming back. So I'm gonna lower the vehicle, I'm gonna turn off the engine, and then we're gonna wrap up this video. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do the repair himself. All right, so I have lowered the vehicle. I'm gonna turn it off. So, I mean, Matt, can you show this battery? Look at the battery. The battery looks new. So the battery was dead or weak at some point. So this battery was just replaced. And the other code we had in the engine computer about the transmission switch, that code was set because the battery was weak at some point. So we're not gonna worry about that. The catalytic converter code is caused by a bad cat. After they install a good cat, this should be good to go. I'm going to recommend a OEM catalytic converter. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get the job because this guy is a handyman. He fixes his own car. He wanted me to figure out the issue for him. So as you guys saw, it wasn't too difficult to figure out. He needs a brand new catalytic converter. I'm gonna tell him to get a Ford one, OEM. After he gets an OEM catalytic converter, this will be good to go. I'm gonna leave this right over here. Now, the owner of this vehicle told me from the get-go, from the time he dropped off the vehicle, he told me that he's a handyman, he likes fixing his own car. So, you know, I already knew that he's probably gonna do this. And that's fine with me, you know. If someone tells me that up front, then I'm okay with that, okay? He's not taking advantage of us, and he's a subscriber, so I would like to help, and I'm helping him out. So that's it. We're gonna leave this right over here. This was a quick and easy one. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumb down. But if you do, let us know so we can make better videos in the future. If you are a subscriber coming back to watch this, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any comments, questions, criticism, leave them in the comment box. Cameraman Matt, thanks for being here, buddy. See you guys next time.